Hello, hello, family. Welcome, welcome. I see all of you here. Oh, it looks like I have messed up here. I don't know where my Bucktown logo went. My Bucktown logo should be up top. I'm gonna have to add that. But thank you everyone for being here. I really appreciate your time. We're here at La Cantina getting ready for Beyond the NFT. And yeah, very excited to see you all here. Let's see, let's take a look here. Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Bucktown MMA. Bucktown is a mixed martial arts program who's focused on empowering young combat athletes all around the world. So if you'd like to learn more, head on over to bucktown.org. And there you could read a bit about the project, take a look at some pictures, see what they offer. They have some merchandise as well as NFTs, and all proceedings go back to the program. Big shout out to Jay Isip. He's out there building the dream. I see that recently he opened up his barbershop in Vegas. So if any of you are in Vegas and need a haircut, definitely head on over to Jay's shop and get a nice haircut. All right, so with that said, I'm going back to our family here. Because, I mean, today's such a special day, guys. It's a very, very special day. I want to wish the happiest birthday to our fellow community member, Dr. Drip. He is one of the realest motherfuckers I know. For real, like he is one of the most realist, inspiring. I mean, dude's a genius. There aren't enough nice words within my personal vocabulary that I can say for Dr. Drip. He is all of them and beyond. So make sure to wish Dr. Drip the happiest birthday. And yeah, make sure to get your Dr. Drip gear out. Like we all dripped up tonight. As you can see in World, I have my my Burger Element t-shirt on, as well as here in real life. I also have my Burger Element shirt. Big shout out to you, Dr. Drip. We love you. And yeah, cheers to many more birthdays together, my friend. And yes, also a big welcome to all of you here at La Cantina tonight. I see that we're already 24 people deep, so this is awesome. We have an amazing guest tonight, very well-known person throughout like the Web3 community. But before we get to the show, I want to give a special welcome to all of you. Welcome Brittany, welcome 85, hello Atlantic Sunrise. Bali, we got the Bali Elf, we got Bitcoin in the building, Camargo, welcome. We got the birthday boy, Dr. Drip, of course. We got Folk in the building, welcome Fred Elf. GM is in the house as well. Hello, J Name. Hello, Jandor. Yo, Jandor, it's been so long since I've seen you, my friend. I hope you've been well, and thank you for pulling up on Decentraland. I just seen a lovely Toxic Waifu pop in. Oh, by the way, guys, our friend Toxic Waifu has reached the upper echelon of fame and is now being impersonated by people that want to be like her, but they can't be like her because we got the one and only Toxic Waifu, of course, with us. So keep an eye out for any impersonators. Let Toxic Waifu know, and yeah, don't click on any links, everyone. Let's see, we got the JL, we got Kai in the building. Welcome, lovely 17. Thank you very much. Max is in the building. Hello, Mohedi. Miguel Amaro, welcome. We got Rocker T in the building. What up, Rocker T? Hello, J Elf. just fashionably landing right next to me. We love you, J Elf. Hello, Roots. Welcome. We have Scat Mobile in the building. We got Stony Eye. Yo, Stony, awesome performance earlier. Mofaya. And Visitor, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're new to Decentraland, make sure to let us know. And, you know, our friends could definitely gift you some drip and, you know, get your Decentraland journey started while looking good. I thought I saw Baba Fett somewhere around here, but I know he'll pop up, so big loves to Baba Fett. And of course, we got the lovely Brittany all the way up there. She's all mewed up tonight. Thank you, everyone. So I have Twix in the backstage right now. We're going to get ready for tonight's show. So please, everyone, just stand by and we'll get started with tonight's show. Thank you. Love you all. Alrighty, I am back. Yep, they got a little background music.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Beyond the NFT. I am your host, Sinful, and tonight we're joined by the wonderful TwixCashew. She is an animation producer and one of the most loyal and positive voices in the Web3 space, known for being a grail hunter and believing that one PFP can genuinely change your life. Twix brings so much heart, support, and animation energy to Web3. Get ready for a fun, uplifting conversation about community, creativity, and what it really means to go all in to something that you love. Let's go beyond the NFT. Welcome, Twix. How are you today?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me. What an intro. Also, happy birthday, Dr. Drip. Had to get that out there as well.
Big happy birthday to Dr. Drip. I was just telling everyone, like, my vocabulary does not span like far enough to like truly express with words like how grateful I am for Dr. Drip. As I told you in the on the back like in backstage, like Dr. Drip was one of those individuals that put me on very early, like here on Decentraland with gifting me some wearables so that I can give away to all my Twitch viewers and stuff like that, and really like helping me solidify who I am in this community. So big shout out, Dr. Drip.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Alrighty, so Twix, I usually when I begin these shows, I like to pass the mic over to our guests, and allowing you the opportunity to kind of give yourself an introduction in case like my intro did you no justice or my assistant was wrong in any way, shape, or form. So the mic is yours.
Who was your assistant? Because I was actually pretty perfect. But yeah, I'm an animation producer. I've been in entertainment for far too long, last several years in animation. My company currently is working on a series called Windy Weatherfoot. You guys can check it out. We kind of went around the Hollywood system. So that's out on YouTube, and we've got a game out on Roblox, and lots of fun things going on with that one. We're also in the middle of working on a feature film that I can't quite announce yet, but hopefully PR will be going out on that soon. So yeah, I've been doing that. And in terms of Web3, found it, I think, when a lot of other people found it, right? When crypto punks and everything started coming out. I wish I'd like discovered it sooner than that, but really kept an eye on it and then just saw all these like really promising brands come out like Doodles and a kid called Beast and all of this stuff. And I realized that the next level of IPs being, going out is going to really, I mean, I don't know if destroy is the right word, but just really bend what was the system. And I just saw so much potential here. And on top of that, I met incredible people. Shout out to one in specifically Make, who I met early on in the Utes community and just welcomed me with open arms and brought me into Decentraland. I've always been like an AR VR, enjoyer. And what was that one thing? I don't know if you remember it, but I think it was from Microsoft. It was in VR. You know what I'm talking about?
Horizon Worlds,
No,
maybe.
that was Meta. That was Meta.
Oh
But
yeah,
that
yeah.
speaking of like Meta, right? That Horizon Worlds is going down. But the one that I think it was from Microsoft,
Make
that I
make
really liked.
Make was crushed when when it shut down. I can't remember the
Yes.
name.
Yeah,
Ah,
Make would know. So that one also, so I was in that one. I really enjoyed it. And so I've always loved VR and immersive and just bringing, since I'm in entertainment, right? Bringing everything to like the next level and getting people into it that way. And so that's what I'm doing. And that's a lot of what I'm doing now is a lot of people that I met in the Utes family, right? Crowns are the alpha, of course. We'll get into that, I'm sure. But a lot of the folks from there and we sort of teamed up and we started working with each other IRL. And then so we started combining our talents and we've got a lot of stuff where we're working on together. And hopefully we'll be able to announce some of that soon as well. But it's pretty incredible. So yeah, that's what I mean when I posted some stuff not too long ago about an NFT being able to change your life because it was true for me and the friends that I made along the way here. So yeah.
mhm. Incredible, incredible. And I mean, I agree with you. An NFT can truly change your life. I mean, this the Decentraland community on a personal level has changed my life through like, just who I am on the internet. I've been a streamer since 2018, and not until 2021 when I found this family was something meaningful really built. So I'm right there on that boat with you. And also, Make said it's Alt Space VR.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Of course. I knew you remember. Yeah, that place was fun. Honestly, it's just so sad that got canceled and now the meta one's getting canceled. So it's interesting that I mean, I can't think of anything other than just the fact that the headsets are for VR is just so heavy because I mean I saw my nephew was in VR for the first time the last time they came to visit and he was absolutely obsessed. So I know it's not from people not being excited about these things, if that makes sense.
Yep, yep. And I mean, I can speak to even like my group of friends in IRL. Like yesterday, they celebrated Easter. They got together. Unfortunately, I could not make it, but I was listening to the stories after about how like and these are like 35, 40-year-old men that like
Mhm.
one of them has a VR, and then like all of them just started like kind of like passing around the headset and having a lot of fun with their headsets. So it's like we all want VR. It's like there's just these like hardware limitations at this moment.
Yeah, I think if once it, and I think it's getting there pretty quickly. I mean, look at how fast everything with AI is taking over our lives, which which is for good, for better or worse, right? There's a lot of exciting things that come with that, a lot of things that we have to be careful about. But I can't imagine that with all the technology improvements happening so rapidly that we don't get to a pretty thin form of probably glasses soon. that can solve for all of that. I know there's already like AR glasses, but for VR, I can't imagine. We don't head there pretty soon, and I think that'll change a lot of stuff. But I
Hmm.
hang out with a lot of uh, a lot of my coworkers actually and friends, and I don't know if you've ever heard of I think it's called Walkabout Mini Golf in the Quest. But that is a really, really cool thing. They come out with tons of different mini golf courses, but they're like stuff from like Meow Wolf or Alice in Wonderland and
Oh
things
wow.
like that. So they're absolutely gorgeous and fully immersive. And so you can just hang out there and play or just really hang out and chat with your friends there.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yep. And
pretty
I mean,
different.
I feel, yeah, one of these days it's all gonna come together, I believe. It's all gonna come together.
Yeah.
And I think the breakthrough with Apple's headset, VR headset, is kind of
Hmm.
like the first step towards the future, perhaps. Like the ability to kind of, or what they did was kind of like remove the actual battery from the headset itself and made it into like
Hmm.
kind of a portable battery. Of course, the battery is still clunky and big, and maybe if you put it in your back pocket, your pants will be sagging and stuff like that. But it's a step in a direction that that no one has taken before.
Yeah, I have the Apple one also.
Hmm.
And even with the battery off to the side, I feel like the headset is heavier than the
Mm-mm.
Quest. So, but yeah, but in terms of just the realism in that one is on it definitely was on another level. But yeah, um I mean, I think are they still iterating on that?
Apple, I mean, not sure, not sure. At least we haven't
I
heard
haven't
any
seen one.
announcements. There
Yeah.
haven't been any announcements of them being like, we're scaling back everyone.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
I think even if they scale back, there's going to be a resurgence of it once the hardware gets to the
mhm.
right place, you know?
Correct, correct. And I mean you never know when the next company comes through and is VR hungry and takes like what
Hmm.
already has been made, reverse engineers it, and then turns it into something that pushes the space forward. And then, that inspires the big mega corporations to come back and relook at what they've built.
Definitely. Definitely.
It all works in tangent with each other. So like for we at one point we had a book club here on Decentraland, and
Cool.
one of our books that we read, which was a recommendation by Canessa, if you're out there, shout out Canessa. It's called Metaverse, and it's like the revised version. It's called Metaverse by Matthew Ball, and he goes really deep into like the challenges that we face here in the Web3 metaverse industry, like whether if it's like a social challenge, hardware challenge, or even just an industry challenge as a whole. Like points out the good, the bad, the nasty, whatever it may be. So if you ever curious about reading a new book about the metaverse, like I definitely would love to recommend that one to you.
Yeah, I definitely will check that out. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, the last thing I saw on it, I saw a Netflix documentary on the metaverse, and that was pretty fast. I think they've done a few at this point, actually.
Ooh, okay, I need to look into Netflix. I have not watched any documentaries just yet.
I think it was mostly on what was that? That place in VR that you can go and get like really crazy. Not Decentraland, but the other one that everybody goes into. You know what I'm talking
Mm,
about? Oh,
mm,
VR chat. That's what it
VR
is, VR
chat,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I mean, VR chat, there's like so much that like even the Web3 platforms can learn from the platforms like that. Like VR chat is actually pretty lit, like when it comes to like customizable avatars and stuff like that. Physics and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But Yeah, I feel like Decentraland, other side, maybe even Spatial Sandbox could learn a thing or two from them. And I mean, on top of that, yeah, last night for on Easter, of course, we were all watching Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely the like the Web3 like wet dream in a way. Like we all want something like this. It's like we need companies to stop being greedy and then someone to step up and create the oasis so that we can all get it all connected into one.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, recently, what was it? A Pika released, you can now put a face to your AI agent. So, I mean, it's getting to be pretty interesting. Have you dived into all this AI stuff with Claude or OpenClaw or anything like that?
I mean, I've dabbled for sure. I've like spun up some servers and stuff like that. And I can't do any of this. Like server to me is like Chinese, and
Yeah.
I managed to like spin up a streaming server and like a server for like OP badges and stuff like that. Like OP is, if you haven't seen them, it's like here on Decentraland, we've been using them as attendance tokens for like anyone that shows up to your events. Like it's like a fun way to give them like something to for the audience to walk away with, and we do have an OP badge for tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT. So if
Oh,
yeah, if anyone is interested in collecting it, there is a slide here right next to me. I'll post up right next to it. There's a slide. If you go down the slide, you should be taken to the claim for like tonight's OP badge.
oh, that's awesome. Very
Yeah,
cool. Look at
yeah.
that cave.
Big shout out
I
to
don't
Rustan.
think there. I don't think I've actually been to that location. I'm gonna have to jump in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pop in. If you want to collect the badge, it's available until midnight Eastern. Oh wait, we're both Eastern time, so yeah, it'll be
Oh yeah.
available till midnight.
No, that's perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, this is La Cantina. This build was developed by Canessa. She is my co-host for community building Decentraland, and also the co-founder of this Discord that we're currently sitting in, having our conversation tonight.
Amazing. Does it work in Decentraland? Do you have to like buy the land before you build on it and all of that stuff, or is there a way to like earn land or anything like that?
Yeah,
How does it?
so yeah, with land, it is like it's all like you buy that, and like if you buy land specifically, and I am still sharing my screen. Your land would be like within one of these parcels or some of these parcels within this giant world here that consists of 90,000 parcels of land. but
Uh-huh.
but that doesn't limit you from like building on the central land, because what you could do is purchase your name. Like if you look at the little like up here at some of our friends here, their names have like check marks,
Uh-huh.
like Bitcoin checkmark and Mohedi checkmark. That means that they minted their name, and minting your name costs 100 mana, ETH mana. So like right
Mhm.
now it's like $10 plus gas fee,
Yeah.
and that gives you access to build on your very own like the Decentraland world that like friends could like pop into and you know enjoy your experience if you have one built there, or maybe a home, whatever it may be.
Nice. And back in the day, this was where if you wanted land like next to somebody famous or something, it would cost like a fortune, right?
It could cost a fortune, yes, depending on like if the person selling the land knew who was like next to them and stuff like that.
Ah.
Yeah.
The same thing
um
taking like a domains, right? And then parking the domains and selling those for a lot of money.
exactly. Like, those are all speculations that kind of do apply within this world as well. Like, I
Mm,
know,
of
I know
course.
at one point there was like, people were bullish on like three-digit numbers. because it could
Hmm.
like because they could count as like addresses and stuff like that. That's how like how like I guess the FUD was advertised, or not the FUD, the FOMO was advertised as like
Interesting.
yeah. And I mean, even just names in general. I know that some of us have like some grail names. Like I have Sinful. I could see Sinful being a grail name. Maybe someone wanting it very badly, but they're not gonna get
Hmm.
it because
No, you got a good name. Yeah, very unique.
yeah.
Mine's pretty boring, actually.
Boring. No, 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 because I love your name. Hold up. That was actually going to be like one of my questions for tonight. Like
Yeah, no, go for it. Hit me
like,
with another question.
yeah, like TwixCashew. Like, have you always been a TwixCashew, or like did this a name kind of was it born through like Web3? Tell us the history.
Oh, this is why I just said it was. I mean, not boring because I love them, but my I have two pups, and one is a Pomeranian named Twix.
Oh
One is
my
a
God.
Yorkie named Cashew. So that is the origin of the names. I wanted to include them both, and when I came up with a Web3 name, it was just like the easiest thing to do. And then it like caught on. Everybody calls me Twix, and I got used to it like super fast. So I like it. I like it for Web3, but it definitely was like just the most available thing on the planet. So um, it's so funny, but yeah.
And was it like was the name born like through you coming into Web3, or was it more like a name that you were using before Web3 was a
No,
thing?
my pups were already named that. And then when I actually switched my Twitter account, now called X, but when I switched it from like a personal account to like Web3 stuff. And then when I did, I don't know, I was like, let's do Twix Cashew. And it stuck, and everybody calls me Twix. So I'm so used to it from the Web3 side being called Twix that it's funny when I'm like, not doing Web3 stuff and I'm like screaming at my dog. I'm like, Twix, come here.
Cashew.
It's like the most it was just like an easy thing to do. And I was like, I bet this is unique enough because combining the two together, like I doubt anybody had that. So but yeah, that's what I do. Most people call me Twix. I think some people call me Cashew, but typically it's Twix, and it stuck. I like it. I actually just created an LLC named Twix Theory because I just word Twix just like stuck with me now. So
Embracing the Twix.
embracing the Twix, yeah. I get a lot of are you left Twix or right Twix?
Oh my God, I used to
I'm
love
both.
those commercials.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
And
funny.
as a fun fact, Twix are actually my favorite chocolate. Twix and Kit Kats, they're both my favorite,
It's
my go-to.
delicious. You
Hmm.
can't go wrong.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. And so and cashew, oh my God, you mentioned it's your Yorkie's name.
Hmm.
I have like here like my family and myself, we have a special place in our heart for Yorkies,
Oh,
because like we've had like a few Yorkies throughout the years and stuff like that, and like
mhm.
and one of them like shout out Venus, that was like the first Yorkie we had. Her name is like
Aw.
it's Venus in English, but like Venus is in Spanish, Venus.
Yeah.
And she was just the best, and we hold her near and dear to our heart. Even till this day, we still talk very fondly about Venus, and cry a little bit, of course.
Oh.
But
Yeah, I had a Yorkie named Gizmo when I was a kid. And so I had it from when I was a kid um through like college, and then he passed, unfortunately. And then I ended up like I couldn't get another Yorkie right away, and then I got busy with work. I became adult, started working, and then I like, I couldn't take it. I needed I wanted another dog. So I got a Pomeranian. That's how I got Twix. And then I was like, I want to get Twix a friend. And that's when I was finally able to get another Yorkie. So probably about, I want to say 4 or 5 months after I got Twix is when I got Cashew, my second Yorkie. So that's how that came to be. But yeah, I had a yeah. So very very fond of Yorkies as well.
Yes, they're very good animals, very smart, very loyal, very scrappy. Like
Oh yeah.
those
Oh,
little
they've
Yorkies.
got some attitude. That is for sure. So
Yeah, I can tell you stories like and it kind of like matches because it's like you know how like Yorkies were kind of bred in I believe it was like in England in the UK for
yeah.
like catching rodents. So specifically, so oh my God, like Vanus used to like just hunt hunt rodents like outside. Like she'd come back with one and we're like, Venus, put that down. Like what are you doing? Uh,
Yeah.
I swear that dog was indestructible. One time she got like bit by a spider and her neck like swelled up. And we're
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, we were like all freaking out and we took her to like the vet and stuff like that. And like by the time like we got her to the vet, like the swelling was gone and the vet was like looking at us like, are you guys like crazy or something? Like, dog's fine.
Wow, it's so funny. My Yorkie, so Cashew's like 4 pounds, and Twix is I think like 8.5. But Cashew is absolutely the boss. Like no question, the absolute boss. Like he steps in the room and Twix is like, "All right, you do whatever you need to do." It's so funny, but no, they're resilient. Actually, Twix. Once I was at home and my mom dropped an Advil cold and sinus pill
Oh my
on the
God.
ground, and Twix ate it. He was like 8 months old or something. I remember
Oh
this.
no.
He ate it, and we're like, "Oh my God! Like this is the end," you know? And so I call like I don't know what to do because it's like middle of the night. I'm like calling the poison like I don't know why, like somehow find some number for some poison thing. I call it and then they find like the nearest place that's like an emergency place you can take your pet. So we ended up yeah, like racing over there and then they give him like a shot and they made him eat a bunch of charcoal and all kinds of stuff they did and he just sat there like like nothing was wrong. Like it didn't affect him whatsoever. Everybody was just like, "Oh my God, it's a cute little Pomeranian." And like we took him home the next morning. Like nothing happened. Like there was no reaction to that pill. I don't know if like what they did helped it. They were trying to get it out of him and it didn't come out. Like, but somehow he was fine. So we got really lucky.
Ugh. Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, God is good. God is good for sure. Like we
Yeah.
never know, we never know, and we try to take care of our, furry friends as much as we can. But like, we're not always perfect. You know, they get into things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Little devils, that is for
yeah.
sure.
Last thing about Venus is I'm also recalling the time she got into a fight with a snake, like right in front of
Oh,
us.
jeez.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she was wild, and like the snake could not touch her.
Wow. She
She's
was quick. She's a
yeah,
quick one.
looks like it. Beat the hell out of the snake too, and made her run away.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
bringing it back to you, Twix Cashew. Here's with the hard-hitting questions. Like, you're an animation producer.
Mhm.
At what point, like in like just the journey you call life, did you kind of like find your passion towards like animation, and like what made you take the first step?
So this one is interesting. So I've always loved entertainment. So when I was a kid, one of the typical stories I would take video camera, I would film my brother, I would film my friends like doing skits and pretending to be in movies and was always doing stuff like that. So I always like loved entertainment. Then I went to college and the college I went to did not have like a film or television major. So what I did was I joined like a film club and learned a lot of stuff in there. And then finally I was like, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I was actually before going into entertainment, I was trying to like just, follow a more normal path. I was actually a biotech slash pre-med major. So, which is very different than what I do
Wow.
now. So,
Hmm.
I was actually doing that. But I was spending all my time like making these little movies on the side. So then I finally was like, okay, my parents are gonna kill me, but I have to go do film. So I told them. They got really angry, but I followed my passion. I transferred to a school that had film and television as a major. Really glad I did. Like all of a sudden I was just felt like I came alive and took all those courses. And the school I went to actually you know, taught us how to do everything like the right way from the old school way to before like going digital. So,
Mhm.
that's something I hope gets preserved so people really understand how filmmaking and all this stuff comes to be, which I think is really important. But I learned to shoot on a Bolex camera, 16 millimeter camera. I learned, when that got developed, if it had light leaks, we had to reshoot, do all that stuff.
Mhm.
We had to take razor blades and actually cut, and that's how you would edit. And then when you were doing like visual effects, you would like actually apply the effects onto the film. So I took classes that taught all of those techniques and things, which I think were so fascinating. I took a bunch of silent film classes and just learned sort of how filmmaking from the beginning came to be. So, that's how I learned. And then we got into digital and then, bit by bit by bit, like all the different programs. So, and I wanted to learn like the whole shebang of filmmaking. So that's what I did. And then, my crazy self, I graduated. I got in a car with like 200 bucks. I drove to Hollywood and I was just like, what's up? Um, and my other friends in film school, some of those went out there as well. And then everybody was trying to get internships, but I needed to get like a job, a paying job. So I ended up getting one. I got really lucky. I ended up getting one from a production company. And I actually started my career in at this company. They did films. They actually were Oscar-winning company. They also had Emmys and all that. So I was very lucky. I learned really fast there. I would say like within a few months there, I had learned more than like all the years in film school. Like
Oh
it
wow.
was crazy, like hands-on kind of stuff. So I learned a ton of stuff there, learned really quickly, and then just started like working my way up at that company, and did a lot of a blend of stuff because they did everything. They did movies, they did scripted television, and they also did unscripted television, which is also called reality TV, right? So that was also something that probably sold quicker than anything else, unfortunately, was the reality side. So I learned that a lot. Started working post productions for a while. After I left there, I started running post for different studios and production companies. So I would run the post production on a lot of different television shows actually. And then I started creating content. I'd go out and I'd sell my own shows and things like that. And then I don't know how many years ago now, I'd always loved animation and dabbled in that, but I was working in live action.
Mhm.
And then I had a friend who knew somebody that had an idea for an animated series, and they already had and they didn't know how to make the series, but they had signed contracts with products, which I'd never seen somebody do this in reverse before. So, so I spoke to him and I was like, okay, this is fascinating. Like, show me the proof, like you have these product agreements. And he showed it to me. I'm like, okay, well, this is
Mhm.
fascinating. So I created, I hired some people that I knew could turn this into, something really special. And we went in and we developed this into the show. And so we developed a show, created a deck, did all of that. And then I went out and I started raising money for this. And that's something because I usually work for companies. So that was the first
Mhm.
time I like went out to like raise money for it. It's like one of those weird kismet things. Like I went out, I swear, I think it was within 6 weeks we had locked the money to start the project.
Oof.
And so this
Nice.
was a while back, obviously, before all the crazy AI craze. So it's a little
Hmm.
bit different. But I mean, all we had was like a deck and, this idea for what it was. Um, but yeah, so we raised the funds, we got it made, and then I remember actually COVID hit. Right, I had booked a ton of pitches with my agent to go out and sell the show, and COVID hit. And we were like, oh my God, like, oh my God, what do we do?
Yep.
Like, this is something nobody had experienced before. We're now in the middle of this giant pandemic. And so we got crafty with it. And the writer of the show, which was like the senior editor of the show and myself, we put together a video of us like pitching the show on video and then sent that out to all of the places that we would have gone to pitch. And, luckily, we got picked up. So we got picked up, got to, go on different networks and things like that. And then yeah, that's the rest is history. So I've been doing animation I mean, I dabbled in animation before that, but more for other people. But this was the first one where like I did it myself with, it was all in-house. And then from there, I realized like I love this so much more than live action. So I just
Hmm.
sort of dove headfirst into that from then on. So yeah.
Yeah, and probably love it way more than biotech or
Yeah, I love chemistry, but yeah, I was not meant to be a doctor. I can tell you that much. Definitely not.
So okay, so you mentioned that at one point, like leaving school, you packed your car and with $200 you drove down over to California. For any aspiring individuals, graduates that want to be animators or even like get into production, what would be a tip that you could give to them?
Well, I mean, now more than ever, you have tools. Like we didn't have the tools back then to do this. Like if you have an idea, right, for a thing, you can actually make it now with AI, concept it out. Whereas before, like all you could do is just like put it on a piece of paper.
Mhm.
So what I would say, my advice is like, don't just randomly, like, yes, definitely try stuff, but I would read a couple of books on sort of how to go about making animated content. Like
Mhm.
developing a story and then developing like your characters, the world, really dive into developing that out. I that's gonna be the difference between making something that people resonate with and care about versus making like, you know, slop. I don't know how
Mhm.
else to say that word, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be the difference is if you take the time at the beginning to really develop what this is, why it's going to matter, who the characters are, who the lead is, are people going to connect with that character? And then, the locations and what is this world what is this story? What is this world? And then we're like, what's the hook? What's the plot? Right? So if you go and you do those things first and you put together the development and the story first, and then you do it layer by layer, then the next step is then you create your characters, create the world, like figure out what you want it to look like and feel like. What does your
Mhm.
lead character look like? And what's awesome is you have those tools to do that now, right? You can
Mhm.
literally like tell AI, I want my character to, embody XYZ. And
Mhm.
like before it was you had to hire like tons of people to like do this and that and the other. You can do these things now, but if you do it step by step in a way that you really build the base first, that's really what makes the difference. And then by the time you
Correct.
get to the part where you're making visuals, the visuals are going to matter.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Correct.
that would be my advice.
And it's great advice, which leads me into the next question, which is the AI question.
Mhm.
Like as an industry professional, and everyone's scared out of their minds. AI is gonna take our jobs. AI will take our jobs. As an animation professional in the industry, like, how do you feel about AI coming in? Do you see it more as like a threat, or do you see it more as a tool that you can collaborate with?
So I think very differently about it than other people at my company. I embrace it. I think it's
Yeah.
fascinating. And I've always been trying to find ways around the system, which is why I love Web3. So I embrace it and I'm finding ways to incorporate what's good into our pipeline so that we can decrease our costs and increase our efficiency, right?
Mhm.
So that's how I see it. I'm like, at the end of the day, like, it's going to be really hard for AI to take over the story, like the human connection part of it, because and I hope we don't ever lose this. I really hope not. But when people go and they watch a film, there are those movies I know for all of us where we're just like, shit, that's incredible, right? Like I connect with this story or I connect with that, and it gets us really emotional, and it's like in the right way, and I hope we don't ever lose that, and it just becomes a big crazy thing, and I don't think we will because I think those are the stories that are going to stand out. There's a reason. What's the newest Ryan Gosling movie that just came out? The Hail Mary Project Hail Mary,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So everybody that's seen that is like, that's the best movie they've seen in the last 5 years. There's a reason. It's because of how it makes you feel. So, and that's something that's going to be interesting because I have yet to see, unless somebody like understands storytelling, I have yet to see people just like throw out random stuff from AI where like I might look at it and be like, "Oh, that's cool." But I don't feel anything. And to me, I think that in our world that's the difference. That's the key, and I think it's going to be really hard for people to get somebody to feel without understanding that
Mhm.
first part of it.
Yep, I do resonate with that exactly. Like, the AI is never going to be able to replicate our human touch or our humanity when it comes to like art or anything that is being created. I was watching like a series of like scary AI videos recently just to see what all the buzz was about. It was like some dude that like took ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok and all these different models, and he jailbroke them, and started asking them questions about like just scary questions uh, would you kill a million human beings or something like that? And
Oh wow.
so there was a question within there, and I'm just paraphrasing because I can't completely remember it. It was like I think it was like at what at what what humans would you find valuable? And the AI replied with the creative ones, the creative humans that could are the ones that we see value in. And so it speaks.
Interesting.
Yep, yep. So I think we're good as long as we remain human and express our ideas and our feelings onto our work. Like I don't think AI will threaten our jobs as everyone's scared of.
Yeah, yeah. I have one of the most incredible writers I've ever worked with on our team, and I had him try to force AI to, I just am curious, like if it's able to develop, if he can write, especially in like now what you can do with Claude Cowork and all of those different programs. So I'm seeing if he can find a way to have it tell like a decent story and to develop a decent world. And he's been trying to crack it. He's been at it for probably 6 months and he can't get it to do it correctly. So yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
and on the music side, a few weeks ago, I had our friend Beatcoin on, and he had his crew around him. Shout out to Rocker T, he is in World right now, and Baba Fett. Baba is like, he has a very unique voice and kind of swag to him when it comes to like his art, the way he speaks, his music. And so then they tried to kind of like get AI to replicate his, his swag, and it couldn't. So
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
So in a way, yeah, there's that,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. What it does is it can try to replicate like art styles. I've noticed stuff like that, like styles and things like that. But again, it's like, well, that artist can just come up with something new, right? Whereas AI is just mocking their older stuff. So it's
Mhm.
interesting where ultimately I think there's going to be like this big surge of stuff. It's going to keep going on, and then I would imagine there's going to be some kind of taper, and then it will just integrate into our lives in an interesting way. So it's going to be interesting to see it happen. I can't imagine that it goes at this speed and it just doesn't stop, because it's like at this speed, it's like things become obsolete in like a week or two that are coming out. And it's, I just don't think this can sustain like this at this speed, but I don't know. What do I know?
What do we know? We're just the humans. So,
Yeah.
when it comes to animation these days, what are some programs that you're using as like to collaborate with?
Oh gosh. Well, I do more producing.
Mhm,
So, in terms of if you're asking what our animators use, I mean, they use like everything that you can imagine. So they used on our last show, it was Blender. I think before that it was something else for a different show. It really depends on what the show or the film needs and
mhm,
what our end goal for it is, and then that ends up determining the suite of programs.
mhm,
Like we're not sort of we only use a program. We like to use the ones that are like best fit for depending on what it is we're going for. If that makes
mhm.
sense.
Yep, it total sense. And
Yeah.
big shout out to Blender, open source software
Mhm.
that's been around for so long, helping so many animators, 3D artists, like you name it. Blender has been there for them. Opposed to like, because I like early on, like in high school and stuff like that, I was like really into like architects, so I got into like this drafting class because it was the closest thing I had in that school to to like
Mhm.
making stuff, and so we would use AutoCAD in there, and
Yeah.
AutoCAD is just so fun to use, but then you come out of school where it's no longer free and you're paying like either $4,000 for like the software, or now you're even paying like a subscription for that, and it's pretty expensive, a monthly subscription. So
Mhm.
gotta give my love to Blender.
Oh yeah. No, Blender was really, really great for our last series, honestly. Like couldn't speak highly, higher of it. So yeah.
Mhm. For sure, for sure. So on your bio on X, I see a link at lunchboxlabs.xyz. What could you tell us about Lunchbox?
So that is a company that I co-own that does animation and experiences, and then that company co-owns a different one that does some series stuff. But yeah, so that's a company that I have. So Lunchbox Labs, yep. So we do animation there, all the stuff that I talked about, but we also do experiences. So we also love bringing content to life. And so we've done that at a couple different places. St. Louis Aquarium, we brought a bunch of projects to life. Kennedy Space Center, Coachella, different things like that. A lot of different activations. And we're working on the project that I mentioned that I'm working on with a lot of my Crowns family from the Web3 spaces. We're working with them to bring some really cool stuff to life, hopefully soon-ish. And so that's pretty exciting as well. But yeah, I love taking, you know, taking content and just really doing a whole 360 with it.
And so I'm seeing some examples here. I mean, like under the branded content, there's Nesquik. I have to say, I love chocolate milk. So so hold up. Are we saying like this example here in the web page, was this created by Lunchbox Labs with like
Yeah.
the milk flexing and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. Everything you see there, it's actually outdated, but yeah. You
I,
reminded me to probably
I,
update our site. But yeah, all the brands you see, all the content and stuff like that. Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I love that commercial, by the way. Like, and like, it's kind of cool because like to me, because like I've seen this commercial like in the wild, let's call it, like just me watching
Right,
TV. Like I've
right.
seen it, and wait, and you're on Beyond the NFT right now? What? I may be fanboying right now.
That's right. I love it. I love it.
uh,
Yeah. No,
so,
animation's cool.
and so I do see a video. I know it's like from 2024, but I would love to kind of like play it for our friends here. Would it be okay if I do so?
What video?
It's like the video that is on like the headline of the website. It's like a
Oh, you mean the sort of all of our different works put together? That
correct.
one, our sizzle reel? Yeah, feel free. Go for
Uh,
it.
alrighty. I will do so right now. All right, I'll put us on mute for a second here. So everyone, check out this video. It is titled Lunchbox Labs Reel 2024.
Hey, Mom, it's Lyle. Hey!
Oh man, what an awesome video. And a big shout out to everyone here that has been attending Beyond the NFT. Big shout out to all of you. The Mew loves you very, very much. And Dr. Drip, I hope you're enjoying your birthday. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we are back here with TwixCashew. And yeah, as I was saying, I really enjoyed that video, like that recap or kind of like reel of all the work that you've done up to 2024.
Thank
And
you.
it's a lot of incredible animation, a lot of very, very known brands that are that you see kind of referenced in
Mhm.
the video as well. Some brands being Peacock, Netflix, Nickelodeon, Hulu, Roku, Prime Video. So, oh my God, amazing. And I have such a smile on my face because like it's like, I really love to see success, like individuals being successful through Web3. So I guess it would be kind of like a great time to kind of loop kind of like your Web3 family into all of this. You've mentioned that buying a crown has changed your life. Can you share a little bit of the story with us?
So, well, that's actually where I ended up meeting Make as well, really early on in my Ute story. But gosh, I feel like it's been like 3 years, 3+ years ago, or whenever it was. I dove into Utes, and I'd already seen it on the timeline, right? You saw Frank and the crazy thing he had when Utes was coming out and all of that. So I wasn't in a part of the mint, but I would say very shortly after that mint, I ended up grabbing a Ute, and then I ended up, for whatever reason, getting a crown because I found a crown like I really liked. So I ended up getting a crown, and then I had a crown, and then I signed up for, because everything was like really active back then. So I signed up in the Crowns Discord, and then somebody in there was like, "Hey, I want to get a Crowns like group going, right? And if anybody wants to volunteer and get into this." And I wanted to really dive more into Web3 in general. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll volunteer." And there was only like 3 people that volunteered, and we went in and we met, and then out of the 3 there was only 2, me and this one person that stuck around, and then the guy that like wanted to get everything going with the Crowns Club. So there was really just 3 of us for a little bit, and then somebody else came in shortly after, and then started hanging out with us, and we started trying to do spaces and things like that. And then I ended up pulling actually the writer for my company that I said was an incredible writer. I was like, "So you're going to join this now because that's a requirement. I need you to join, and I need you to understand Web3 because I know something's going on here that's really fascinating, and I need you to be a part of this." So he joined really early on, and he was much better. Like, he's a really funny guy, and I was having him do spaces and stuff. And then we ended up having another person join a little bit after that. And you guys may know him as Sandman. So he's very well known in the Web3 space. So yeah, that was sort of like the crew. We had like Sandman, and we had Coob, and El Skadet, and different people like that. And then yeah, there was like a handful of us, and then a few more people joined, and then Sandman went on a whole, like when Sandman joined, he was just like, "Crowns are the alpha." That like became a very quick thing, and he's so vocal about it that it like caught on. And then yeah, so we ended up having a really good time there, and we just became like really close friends. Like, and then some of the people we started like meeting each other like IRL, and we realized, hey, we worked at really synergistic companies. So then I would have my company meet like Sandman's company, right? Like on a Zoom, like we would all meet each other and we would talk about working together. And then yeah, we just started like doing different projects together, and it ultimately led to us starting to do projects IRL together, and those projects became bigger and bigger. So we're working on, honestly, a very massive project right now, and knock on wood, everything goes well with it. And when the timer's right, I'm sure we'll say all the things, but yeah, so that's sort of like how that went down, and we just all like really like working together. And then but anything we do in the real world, like we are pulling in our Web3 roots into, which I love. And then we're all putting our different things. Like for me, I'm bringing, the entertainment aspect, and I'm bringing the experiences aspect. And then he's bringing like his knowledge and all of that stuff. So So that's how that happened, and so we'll see where this goes, you know. But it's exciting. It's something we're all working on together that put us in a different. You know, honestly, I mean, we're very close now. I might consider them my family now, and I met them a few years ago in Web3, behind some PFPs. You know, so
Mhm.
it's pretty wild. Yeah, honestly, some incredibly talented people in this space.
Oh
So.
my God. Yes. As I was, you probably like heard me earlier, I was mentioning Dr. Drip, when it comes to
Mhm.
talented people. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to check out Dr. Trip. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Like there are so many talented people in this space, and it's kind of it's kind of funny because a lot of them are like kind of like in the shadows. They operate in the shadows. They don't want to step on other people's toes. It's like you kind of have to bring out their personality. But like what it sounds like with Sandman, the personality was already there.
Oh yeah, he's a very loud personality. That's for
Uh,
sure.
crowns are alpha, and
Yeah.
and and so pertaining to like the project that you are currently working on with Sandman, is that like the kind of what you mentioned earlier, how like you're bringing in the Crowns family into what
Yes.
you do?
Yeah. So we definitely have a lot going. There's a really a handful of us that were on like the council, as we called it. It's so cheesy, but the council. And then we just started working together, and then we it somehow translated into the real world, and then yeah, so it's interesting. It's all in process. It's a big project. Um, and again, really exciting. So for anyone that like is knows about crowns or anything, just know like we're always working on stuff, and and also just those of you in places like Decentraland and in Web3, in being a part of NFTs. I know we're in a interesting period right now where NFTs are like quote unquote down bad, but like I don't see it that way. To me, like it was never a at least for me. I know for a lot of people maybe it was like a short-term flip or whatever, but for me it was this world is just really fascinating, and it's like a very long-term thing for me to be a part of this, and I truly think it's just getting started. Look at what Pudgy Penguins has done. Look at what a kid called Beast has done. Look at like all of these things. Like there are incredible builders in this space, and I just see this like multi-year trajectory of where things are going to go and where the next IPs are coming from, especially with this AI craze and what can be at the other end of this. So it's really exciting, but if you're in this for the right reasons, like you could really do some really cool stuff with the people that you meet around you, because honestly, incredibly talented people I've met left, right, and center in this world. So,
Yep. Yep. And I mean even like personally I've seen like individuals that came into these spaces like not knowing anything, like let's say like in Decentraland, the example. I know of friends that learned Blender through just wanting to make their own wearables on
yeah,
Decentraland.
yeah, love that.
And now fast forward to today, they're like amazing developers. They're coding, they're taking on jobs and commissions and stuff like that. And I think it's like one of the most beautiful things about Web3.
Oh, I love that. I mean, the next time we need to hire people, like I'm coming to Web3 first. Like
Hmm.
incredible talent.
Yep, exactly. And so you mentioned a kid called Beast. You mentioned Pudgy Penguins. I personally am a new Lil Pudgy's holder myself.
I love that. I love that.
um,
Yeah.
and, and like I mean I have to notice that you've mentioned these two projects in particular because like I personally thought like these projects are here for the right reasons.
Mhm.
And so then I mean what do you have any other projects in mind that like kind of you look towards when it comes to like just genuine community?
I love IP plays. I would say that's where I gravitate towards. So I love those. I love Claynosaurs. Anyone that knows me knows I'm obsessed with Claynos. Love Claynosaurs. Love what that team did coming from traditional animation and going around the system. So that's amazing. Azuki is really fascinating. They are doing an interesting approach with TCG, then manga, then the anime. And they've already put out a few anime things, but in terms of like a bigger anime play, they're going TCG. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. But I absolutely love Azuki, like the community there. And I think that IP is extremely strong. And honestly, I still believe Utes is incredibly strong, but it's just more of like what the community makes of it now, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, so those are probably, oh, and then the one to keep your eye on for sure is a newer one that's come out called Nuko. So they haven't even really done a collection. Have just done badges, but it's super fascinating what they've done, how they've gone viral and how they've built they went story first. So how they built the story side of things and built the world, which is kind of what I talked about first, and that really hooked me in. And then everything else is like bit by bit, it's shrouded in mystery, and they're just unfolding the story. And I'm sure they're gonna get to a point of I bet anything they're gonna get to a point of the NFT release, but by the time they do, it's gonna matter. So it's interesting, but definitely keep your eye on that one as well. So those are probably like the ones I'm in the most of, and obviously I've spoken about Pudgies, but very impressed with Luca and just his tenacity to build this. I mean, it's already a big brand. Like
Yep.
the number of people that follow Pudgy Penguins on Instagram that I know that have no idea it's an NFT is fascinating.
Yeah, that is very true. That I've noticed that for sure. I mean, even down to like my coworker, for example. Like I had mentioned to him, I'm like, hey, I did something over the weekend. I bought myself a little Pudgy, and he's like, wait a second, Pudgy? He's not a Web3 guy at all. He's like, wait a second, Pudgy? I know that name. I've seen it somewhere. And then like references like the NASCAR. Or so I'm like, yes, like I made a good choice. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I noticed that like before you mentioned Azuki. I noticed like for like the most of the time that I've known of TwixCashew, you've always had an Azuki PFP. Was there like is there like a reason to change to the Pudgy recently, or was it just not that deep and it's like it's like just needed to change?
Yeah. I have my Azuki in Discord, right? You probably noticed. So
Yes.
I have this one, I kept it. Honestly, this Azuki in particular, I hunted down, like hardcore hunted this one down to get it. But same thing with the Pudgy currently, that's my PFP is I do change my PFP on X every so often, just because like I want to I want to show the different ones that I'm a part of and represent them. So that's probably why I do that. But also like I love that Pudgy in particular. I was chasing after a pink one. I love the glasses. It reminds me of like Hollywood and so that one I chased that one too and I got it. So I was super excited. So I've had that as my PFP for a bit. But typically, I mean, it's usually either my Ute or the Pudgy or like the Azuki. I feel like it's usually one of those three. Yeah.
And so yeah, here on screen I'm pulling up one of a kind of like a graphic you made or a little bit of art of like your Pudgy. It says GM Pudgy but anime.
Oh yeah. That's me playing around with
So
with the
cute.
AI. Yeah.
I personally want to start like making little like content with my little Pudgy, but I personally like I'm not much of a graphic designer or an animator or anything like that. And so then what I would fall into is like using AI. But even then, I feel like AI does not really like reach my goal. Like I give it my pudgy and it'll make it look ugly or something. I'm just
It's
like, okay,
never
maybe.
100%. It's never 100%. Like if you wanted to get as close as like what you have in your mind, like it all comes down to the prompt, but nothing can beat going to an artist
Mhm,
that you can go and say exactly what you want and they'll do it, right?
mhm,
So it's just it's that's I mean that's what you're sacrificing when you go to AI is like you almost have to like loosen up the what it'll end up being
mhm.
in a way and sort of see what happens with it or get crazy good at prompting which most people aren't so it's but it's fun to mess around with doodles. I don't know if you saw the tool that they released recently,
Oh my
which was
God,
really
yes.
fascinating because it was like they did a different take on it where everything went through the doodle lens, which I thought was really interesting. Like you put in picture, like it does one thing, you put in a picture and it'll spit it out in the doodle's world instead of like anything else. And you can't really prompt it or any you just like pop in a picture and then it spits it out. So that is I thought that was really fascinating that they did it that way. So yeah.
So pertaining to your pudgy, Make said, Twix be the Grail hunter, sinful for real.
I do. I do hunt. I used to like buy a lot more stuff, but now it's really like dialing in specifically what I want out of the collections. And really I love either I fall in love with the community, I get something, or it's really for me IP plays. So
Mhm. Yep.
yeah,
I
I think
mean,
I in the future I think these brands are gonna be just something special. So
yeah. I mean, IP is the move, and yeah, like in a way, it's kind of like a lesson to take away from, like from all the 2021 NFT craziness, right? Like
yeah.
there were like hundreds and thousands of new NFT projects, and all of them were promising the world but delivering nothing until like move forward to like 2023 when I feel like the space as a whole like kind of hit a rock bottom.
Hmm.
And then kind of like from there I feel like the NFT space has been climbing back up. I mean, even Decentraland included. I feel like we've all hit our rock bottom in a way, and from there it's like we've learned our lessons. The people that are here know what to look for, and it's like definitely IP. Like I've had conversation with many friends that kind of like say the same thing. Like when they buy into an NFT project, they're buying into the community, B, the IP, and yeah, that would be it.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people got crushed, huh, during when everything sort of dipped down. But like the amount of people that I'm sure each of us know personally that love collecting it's not small. And I know that there's a lot more that can and should be coming to the space, but you have the barrier of entry of people understanding how crypto works, along with people hearing how, oh, a bored ape was worth 1 million and now it's worth 10 grand, right? You hear those things, and so people tend to steer away from this world because they don't understand it. So I think it's just going to take time for these brands to prove themselves out, and also to have the barrier of entry be simple because I know so many people that love collecting, but they don't. And not that it's hard, but they won't take the time to go understand how to create a wallet and put crypto in it and
Hmm.
buy which I believe OpenSea is trying to solve for. I mean, they're trying to make it easier. You can kind of buy any NFT and like any kind of crypto. You can use a credit card. I know they're trying
Yep.
at least, but there's still the sort of stigma we have to get past, and I think we can only get past it with time with these brands like really breaking out.
Yep.
Um, you know.
I think one of the breakthroughs that has been made, and I mainly look at this breakthrough from like the Decentraland side. It's we have like the Google sign-in feature in Decentraland, so you no longer need a Web3 wallet, a MetaMask to log into Decentraland. You could do it through your Google wallet, and then that assigns you like a crypto wallet address that, like, you could pull up on OpenSea as well. I'm wondering if OpenSea offers that as well, because I mean that's a big step forward to like allowing accessibility to the masses, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Um, so yeah, I'm just wondering if OpenSea does offer that. I might have to give it a try and log in, and if not, like,
Yeah.
hit up their marketing teams like, hey, listen, you see, this is Decentraland, this is what they're doing with Google sign-ins, you should do the same.
Yeah, actually, that would do it. That would be great. I mean, I haven't seen that. I see that you can use your credit card, but the thing is, most credit cards don't let you buy crypto things. I've
Yeah.
tried with a few, like it actually doesn't let you. There's only certain ones that let you. And then I think the other way is like MoonPay or something, which is again, they
Yeah.
make you KYC and all kinds of stuff. So it's definitely not like a click of a button, you know?
Hmm.
So I don't know how to solve for that, but yeah, they gotta it's better than it was, but it's definitely not like quite there yet.
Yep, exactly. So let's see, I'm just looking around the room, just making sure I thought I saw Make mention something, but maybe
Oh,
I
I see Meg flying around.
yep, Make is
You're gonna teach me how to do that move, Meg.
Make is a little pixie right now. He is happy as can be listening to both of us speak right now.
I love it. I love it.
Big shout out to you, Meg.
Yeah,
Twix.
we gotta catch up soon, Meg.
Hmm? What's
I was telling Meg we gotta catch up. We gotta catch up soon.
Yep. Yeah, Meg just mentioning Twix has been adventuring with me for years. Yeah, yeah,
Very true.
even like, like kind of I had mentioned to him who was coming on Beyond the NFT this week, and he goes, "How did you manage that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just messaged Twix and was like, mew mew mew."
Mew mew mew. What's the
Yep.
story behind Mew Mew Mew?
What's the story behind the mew?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so basically, the Mew was basically just like something fun I used to do. I used to like just mess around with people here on Decentraland. We had like a proximity chat, and so then like just randomly I would like just hit T to talk on Decentraland and just go just like just to fuck with people, and people would be like, what the hell was that?" Like, so then because like I came from like a video game background when it came to like my streaming. I've been streaming since 2018, and I would just, sometimes if I could, I would mess with people that way. And so then eventually here in Decentraland, it just started to stick. People were seeing who was making the Mew noises, and were like started to refer to me as Mew. And so
Oh,
then,
nice.
yep. And then like I had a friend, like we were like this was like back in 2021, all there were all these Twitch streamers and stuff like that, and all of them had all these wearables and that they were like making massive amounts of money on, and I was like the only one without a wearable, like a wearable that I published. So
Mm-hmm.
so then my friend Tink Poco messages me. She's like, "Hey, you're like the only Twitch streamer without a wearable. I'm sick of it. What do you want your wearable to be?" So straightforward. And so then, like, we just started brainstorming ideas, and I was like, well, maybe, like, something Mew related, like, because, I do, like, randomly mess with people and say Mew, and, like, so then, like, the idea of, like, the bubble. right next to my head popped up, like kind of saying Mew. And then, eventually we're like, can it be like cat shaped maybe? And like, can it follow you around? And like, and then she's like, okay, cool, that's all I need. I'll talk to you in an hour or two.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I guess she had gone back to her team, and yeah, an hour later came back with this bubble, like a GOB asset of this bubble, and she's like, here you go. All you got to do is pay for the publishing fees. I'm not doing that for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great.
So yeah, that's how the Mew bubble was born. And so then from there, my second wearable was like this Mew aura that you like see around my avatar,
Oh
like
yeah.
with different little. That this was also another kind of another collaboration, kind of like someone being like, okay, I see you ran out of your Mew wearable, your Mew bubble wearable. Like you need another wearable. What do you want it to be?
I
So.
love that it's all like you can put it outside like the typical like drip, clothing and stuff like that. That's cool.
Yep, you're just surrounded in Mews.
Surrounded in Muse. It's perfect. Yeah. I love
Yeah,
it.
and this was made by
Really?
another.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I said the tattoos. I see the tattoos.
Oh, yes, the hand tattoos were made by I believe this was a Canessa wearable, and this was like kind of a tribute to one of the builders here on Decentraland called KJ. She at the time she had gotten her wallet compromised and lost
Mhm.
a lot of assets, and we all like banded together and kind of like made the hand tattoos, and I
Oh.
believe there was another thing. Oh yes, this emote that I'm doing right now, the emote is called KJ Strong, and so that's why it
Oh.
matches. Like if you look at the knuckles when my avatar brings the knuckles together, it says
Mhm.
KJ Strong.
Oh, that's so awesome.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm
They
but
look great.
yeah. That it's just like another kind of one of those things that kind of shows you like the great things that could be done on Decentraland, if like not for yourself but for those around you.
Mhm.
Like yeah, there have been a few things where like we like band together and kind of make something out of nothing, make something out of like a shitty situation that hurts us all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hate it every time I hear about something like that happening. There's so many bad actors in this space.
Oh my God, so many bad actors. And that's why kind of like it's very important to like find your people whenever you get into the
Mhm.
space. Um, like it's like find a group that you vibe with, and if you notice like getting if you get good vibes from the group or like a certain individual, stick with them a little bit, learn from them. They you never know. Like where you might be in like 3 years from now. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have my Decentraland family here. Actually, like I was in 2021 after streaming for like years since 2018. Like I was using Decentraland as my way to cope from like I was feeling down and feeling like my Twitch career was really not going anywhere, and I was using Decentraland as a way to cope, like be away from my streaming.
Mhm.
And of course, that individual Tink Poco found me at a casino here in Decentraland one night and like clicked on my profile, was like, "Hey, I see you're a streamer. Why aren't you streaming?" That was like the moment of like realization, like, why aren't I streaming?
Yeah, I know we were speaking earlier, you mentioned like there are events every day of the week that,
Mhm.
you guys are all a part of, which is that's amazing because I've really in Decentraland just been in all the really awesome parties and stuff that make throws. So I'll be interested to check out, more of these different events and stuff. But I love hearing like, I mean, you guys are having these where you're interviewing people, you have book clubs and just all the different things where people can get together and from all walks of life, right? No matter where you're
Mhm.
living and participate in different things together. So I mean that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, and everyone's welcome. Like from any walk of life, anywhere in the world that you may be residing in, like Decentraland has a place for you. And I think that's like one of the coolest things. It's like, these and it goes the same for Web3 as a whole. Like your community that you may build around you is not just like a US based community or South American. It is literally global. You never know when you meet someone from, you know, like literally across the world.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
uh,
I love that.
yeah, and so yeah, big shout out to everyone. And I see we have Native Gaming here. Welcome. Thank you so much for pulling up. And I thought I saw an individual that goes by the name of Burn. Oh, there he is. That is one of the OG friends, like back in like 2021, 2022, we used to vibe. So it's great to see you on Decentraland today, my friend. Thank you for coming. And
Yeah, thanks for
yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will make sure to ask them. And I'm looking over at the Twitch chats or any chat that we're streaming on. Stop. Let's see. Let's see. Still have my crown. Oh, make us saying that he still has his crown.
Oh, nice. Nice. Crown for life. Yeah.
Crown for life. And so, yeah, as far as like, I guess like going back to what I've mentioned, it's like finding your people here in Web3. What would you say is like if you saw a newbie on anywhere in Web3, whether it's the space on the Decentraland, whatever it may be, like what would be your biggest tip for them on finding their people?
Honestly, just join as many clubs and chats and things like that as you can. I probably went overboard when I first started. I joined every single thing. There was back then, like I keep bringing up the Utes, but like everything had like a club, right? Like if you had pink fur, there was a club. If you had a certain shirt, there was a club. If you had a crown, there was a club. And I like joined all of them and just started meeting people. And then, I mean, when you do that, you're just naturally going to start vibing with certain people. And then it's pretty, once you like dive in, I think it's honestly pretty inviting. There's a lot of noise, of course, but I honestly think it's really inviting. It's a really special place to meet people that are doing just incredible things with their life and with what's going on with the tools in the space as well and building from Web3 out into like what they're doing IRL. That's been fascinating to see as well. But yeah, I would say just like join as many things as you can, go to spaces, go to Decentraland, and just hang out. And then I think you'll naturally start seeing a lot of the same people and getting a feel for things. So yeah, I would say the space honestly is very inviting. So from what I've seen.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely not like it was in 2021. Like in 2021, like it felt like if you understood the space, it like was like kind of like a huge danger in a way. Like there was just like, there were scams everywhere you look. There were I don't know, people that really weren't a lot of pretenders, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything to like get a buck or get that, follow, whatever it may be. And I feel like just the space maturing from like 21 to 2023, 2024, the space really did mature. And I like to use the term like the cream always rises to the top, and
There you go.
what was left over here like in Decentraland and also like throughout the Web3 world, it's like we are the cream. Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The builders stayed, the people that really love this space and want to build in this space stayed. So I'd say it's easier now than it was. It's more authentic now. back then, oh my gosh, you're bringing me back to PTSD.
Yeah, I
But
know.
21, 22, like when you were minting anything, just like random anything,
Hmm.
those discords would just be insanity.
Yep,
But it definitely like gave you this weird like high, you know?
it did.
And then all of a sudden it would, yeah, just come crashing down. That was not, it was interesting. It was fun, but it definitely, I cannot, I mean, that's not healthy.
No.
So it's definitely more, stable now and authentic now for sure. And people like, I don't know if you saw, there was just a mint for Primevals, and that was an interesting thing that Candy Apple and Johnny D. Gaz just did. And they're artists that just stayed in the space and just want to have fun with the community. And so I love things like that, you know?
Yes, I did see the Prime Evils, and I also saw that there was like a release. And oh, there's your post from March 25th, about you receiving your Ghoster.
Yeah, yeah. I lucked out with that one. Yeah, I ended up getting like one of 10 of the frosted kind that I didn't even know was a thing, so that's awesome. But yeah, they like went all out. I mean, Primevals was a free mint, and then I've been with them since they did Gwyn's, which was like a very small collection. And then because you had Gwyn's, you were able to mint their next one, which was Medievals. And then they allowed you to burn a medieval to get a ghost star. Like it's a beautiful vinyl that they created, like really, really nice.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it was all free. I think I just paid for shipping. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, they've been just giving a lot to the community and having a lot of fun with us. So yeah,
Mhm.
I love that as well. So shout out to them as well.
Big shout out to them. And I mean, to me, it kind of it was funny because like this is like all new to me, but the first time that I saw the Ghoster was it was over the weekend with DJ Vaped. It was DJ Vape was well, it was Lunar Freak was performing for the Meta Beast roaming party, and DJ
Mhm.
Vape was like his support. They kind of had like a two performer thing going like on screen. And so
Yeah.
then there was a technical difficulty that had happened. And so then like afterwards, like Vape was like kind of telling me about it. It's like, oh yeah, like when we kind of had some issues like during the show, it was because we accidentally knocked this over, and he whips out his Ghoster. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
I accidentally knocked this over, and literally Lunar Freak caught the laptop right before it fell, and
oh, wow.
and he was like telling me about how like well made it is and how like
Oh, it
sharp
is
it
kind of
is.
heavy. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. Yeah,
But
man.
I was like looking at it, I'm like, oh, this thing is cool, and I didn't know exactly what it was until like I started looking through your
Yeah,
text,
yeah,
and I saw it. I was like, oh wait, I've seen this before. I saw this last week actually.
yeah. Make said he got his too. That's awesome.
Uh,
Yeah, no, they've been shipping it out. It's honestly when it arrived, I mean, I knew like they'd said something cool, but like the quality is just really top notch on these things. Yeah.
mhm. So I'm hearing. Alrighty, so I mean, I feel like our conversations here could like be just go for hours, but I do see that we're about to hit like a 2 hour mark since I've kept you here. Don't
Mhm.
so what do you think about getting into like some closing questions?
Yeah, love it. Happy to
So
else.
yep. So let's see. Moving forward, like what are some projects or maybe even like creations that we should be looking out from you and your team?
Well, I mentioned like Windy Weatherfoot, a show. So a lot of the stuff we do is, at least for now, it's like family content. So anybody with kids or nieces and nephews or anything like that, this is good for them. We try to make it more four quadrant so it's like the family can enjoy it, but definitely a family content. So we have a show called Windy Weatherfoot. We're going to be heading into season 2 here soon, and I think the second season will be released in the fall. But you can catch a bunch of those episodes online. We've got a series called Weird Waters that's out on Peacock and it's Peacock, Discovery Kids, and a bunch of other places, but in the US Peacock. And then we have a film. Hopefully, we can do some PR for that soon. The film itself isn't going to be out for probably another, I would say, like year and a half, though. So that's a little ways away, year and a half to 2 years even. So, but that's going to be like the big one from us is that feature film. So I'm
Oh,
excited to make that announcement soon. But that'll be coming up, and then on the Windy front, we've got gaming, we've got all that stuff as well. And actually, on the Windy front, I've been working with some Web3 folks to try to incorporate Web3 and blockchain into that. So I'm trying to walk the creators of Windy into the Web3 world gently, gently.
yes, gently.
So yeah, trying to get that to work as well. But those are sort of like the yeah, some stuff we're going. I really now, like before I used to work like on all kinds of different projects, but lately I've been trying to dial it into a couple of IPs that I really want to, franchise out
Hmm.
and really concentrate on those. So yeah.
Nice, nice. And let's see. You mentioned okay, one. Oh, um, I wanted to, oh yeah, I wanted to mention kind of like whenever, the new show is getting ready to launch. I'm sure you'll be busy, but if Beyond the NFT at that point is, big enough of an audience for you to want to come back and
Of
highlight the
course.
show, we are definitely happy to have you here and definitely bring Sandman with you too.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That'll things will get crazy. Yeah,
Uh, um, so
definitely.
let's see. From all the loving communities that you have joined throughout, your time in Web3, all the different communities, or even talented individuals that you've come across that you've either worked with or have been following. Who would you like to see on Beyond the NFT one day?
Oh, good. This is a tough question. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. You haven't had Sandman on, have you?
I have
Like
not.
you haven't, right? That's he is a character. So that one, he has had a journey in life. We are doing crazy things together. He is yeah, he's a fun one for sure, but he's just done so much in his career and he's done so much stuff even IRL where he's always incorporated Web3 into it. So I think he'd be a really fun one. And we're working on a lot of neat stuff together. So hopefully when that gets a little further along, he can kind of reveal a few more things about it when he comes on. But yeah, that would be a really fun one to have on.
All right. And how do I find him on X? Would it just be like Sandman? Uh,
Yeah, I'll send you his handle. He's got like some weird characters in his name. You would think you just type in Sandman and find him, but no. Nope, nope, not that easy.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know. I'm always dropping the hard-hitting questions here. Just put you on the spot.
No, no, I love it. I've had so much fun here. I appreciate the invite and getting to chat with your audience and everything. And I definitely can't wait to come hang out.
Of course. And, we can't wait to have you back on Decentraland. Maybe pop into Meta Beast Roaming Party one of these Fridays if you're around, of course. I know.
Absolutely. No, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, beyond that, like I would love to show you around for any other community events. we're always having them, and there's always some like cool ones. Like I know right now, one of our guests a few weeks back, Empress Trash, we invited her on Beyond the NFT as a guest, and they were so inspired by like what we're doing here in Decentraland that they've been hosting their own event today. They've been
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, they've been following the Artemis 2 launch
Hmm.
that happened last week. Isn't it crazy how the toilet seems to be getting more PR than the entire the entire flight itself?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I had to drop that joke because I've been having fun
It's
with it
true.
too.
It's true. Yeah.
I've been having fun with that too because like you may see my like mentions of like, well, if they would have gotten SpaceX to like do their toilet, maybe it would have been working. I don't know. Stuff like
Oh man.
okay, so I know I asked you like a variation of this question, but maybe I could in a way ask it again for like in a more general sense, like what would be your newbie tip for like anyone coming into Web3?
Um, I think a part of that would depend on like what their interests are, right? So, I think that would dictate like where they should gravitate towards because there's so many different things, whether they're creative or they want to, do anything specific. I think there's a community for anyone. So that's exciting. Or they could do what I said earlier, which is like join as many things as you possibly can and then figure it out from there,
Hmm.
right? A lot
Yeah.
of what people do when they go to college as well is just you just kind of figure it out.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
but yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that. Like, join as many things as you can and figure it out from there. I mean, coming into Web3, I personally was not a show host. I would actually like, I don't know, the anxiety be hitting. Like, my first 2 years of Beyond the NFT, I was literally puking, like at the toilet, puking like 5 minutes before the show started. I'd like clean myself up, change my shirt, and wipe off the sweat, and then like hit live, you know?
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. That means it really means something to you.
Yes, it does. And I
You're
mean,
great at it.
I can definitely report I'm not puking anymore. And I still get that like those butterflies every single day because
Oh
like,
yeah.
and it's not like it's not nerves anymore. I would say it's like just excitement because like I love doing this. I never would have thought I'd find my path as a like show host. I thought I'd be that like trolley video gamer my whole life or something like that.
No, you're great. You're great. Like this has been so much fun for me. I know what you're talking about. Like I used to do theater in high school and before the shows you get all those butterflies and you just, and all that stuff. But that means that like, it's a good kind of nervous energy though.
Yeah, yes, indeed, indeed. I think in a way that nervous energy speaks to you and tells you it's like you're actually in the right place. Like keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something
Exactly.
special. So
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see. Final question. What is the best way to support you and everything you do? Like whether it's a X follow or maybe like somewhere where you are focused, some platform you're focused on right now.
Yeah, I would say just follow me on X, and you can also find me on Discord at same both handles, both just TwixCashew. Yeah, and then if you have any questions about anything I'm doing or like, want my support in anything, you can always DM me, and that should be open. And I love getting messages. I try my best to go through the messages and stuff. But so yeah, definitely, feel free to reach out and I love making new friends in this space and getting to know what everybody's doing. So yeah.
And I've noticed since we've been in the space, your follower count has breached through the 7,000 mark. I know, like, before the show I
Nice.
was looking and it was like 6,999. So
Nice.
we hit the big 7,000
Yeah.
milestone.
Nice.
Yep.
Love it. Thank you, everybody.
Yep. So everyone, make sure to follow TwixCashew on X, and I mean on Discord if you'd like to follow them as well. Ask them questions, or I mean even yes to say hello. uh,
Yeah,
I have
please
to
do.
I have to give you your props for keeping tabs on the X messages, because like I know for a while there they were, for me at least, and I can actually talk to Make and he'll agree with me. I feel like X messages were broken.
Yeah, well, they did a switch into some kind of secured version, I think, or something. And yeah, I think things seem to have, break, but it seems to be working now anyway. But I get a lot of messages, but I try to sort through them the best I can. So again, with all the clubs I told you I joined, I mean, I'm in a lot of clubs and a lot of them are on X as well. So
So I guess this is your friendly reminder. If someone slides into DM offering you $10,000 per post, and all you got to do is join their Zoom call meeting through a link that they provide, like it, it's probably not real.
do it.
Uh, I get so many of those myself. Like it's like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. Like the last one was like, we'd like to interview you and tell your story, and our partners are Netflix, and if they agree to it, this could mean like residual income for years to come, and blah blah blah.
That's where you know it's fake because that does not happen in Netflix.
Exactly.
Get
So.
away with residual stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Do not do that. Do not trust that. I will say like that for anybody that is new or whatever, joining all of the different clubs, which is great, and chatting with people. Like, do not click anything, please. Yeah, that is unless like the person, you verify. Even then, it'd be like I always do like, hey, give me, here's three numbers, type this into, DM me on X, type these three numbers. And what I try to go do so many things to verify before like anything else. But just in general, just don't click anything. Just don't click it.
Yeah, maybe with your friends have multiple points of contact, like
Yeah,
where somewhere you can
yeah.
go and be like, "Is this you?"
They get so crafty.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like earlier, our friend Toxic Waifu, she is currently at Beyond the NFT, dancing right next to Dr. Drip. She has reached the upper echelons of fame, where she now has impersonators pretending to be
Oh
her
wow.
on Discord. So. Yeah, it was
Ugh.
like today she was like saying like, everyone please report this account. That's not me. I'm a me.
It's horrible when that happens. I've seen that happen to the friends I know in this space, and it's like, it's all you can do is like get your friends to report them, and hopefully they get taken down quickly. But yeah.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, I guess on the mark in a way. We've hit our 2 hour mark since we popped into this chat here. I Once again, big thank you, Twix Cashew, for being our guest today. It was an honor, and I like once again, I was fanboying at the website, like at the different commercials and stuff that your team has worked on. Thank you again.
Thank you for the invite. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, I'm gonna pop in here and hang out. So no, I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Please do, and if you want to collect the OP badge, you can pop into La Cantina. You can message me, and I can definitely like guide you here, so that you can claim it. The only way to claim it is in Decentraland. We have like a little booth where you like click the red button. And it's like, okay, NFT minted or NFT claimed or badge
Oh, that's
claimed.
Yeah.
And you'll
Awesome.
be able to see it on your OpenSea as well once it's claimed.
Nice. Nice. Dig it.
So, any final thoughts for our friends that are listening tonight?
No, just thank you for everybody coming in, hanging out, listening. Hit me up if you guys need anything or just want to chat or just want to be friends. I love this space, love building with everybody, and I think we've got some absolutely exciting times to come ahead. So,
Indeed, indeed. And yeah, I mean, to what you said, like you have always been a very friendly, like I notice these things from various individuals. Like you've always been very friendly, very uplifting, and very positive. You know, even back to like when I first like asked you, like, which was like through just like at the party, in the middle of a party, it's like, hey, I host a show, would you ever want to come on? And you're like, of course, I would love to.
yeah,
But yeah, thank you, and say hi to Twix and Cashew for me.
I will say hi to Twix and Cashew.
All right, everyone. That is a wrap for tonight's Beyond the NFT. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's conversations, and please make sure to follow TwixCashew on X. Incredible and talented and very inspirational person here in the space. And I have to say, we are definitely happy, or we're definitely lucky to have someone like her in the space. So make sure to drop a follow, make sure to say hello and follow their work because they got some big, big things on the way. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.